Good afternoon, everyone. My name is asoalabim, and I am addressing the Billion Coin community. I joined the Billion Coin community in May of last year, 2017, and it's been a good experience for me. All the education on the blog and the explanation of money and all the principles of exchange has been quite eye-opening. I'm here to do a testimonial video actually, but it's going to be a little different because I know there have been a lot of testimonial videos centered around peer-to-peer sales of TBC and making money. I've had experience in that line as well, but just for a change, I'd like to talk about the responsiveness of the TBC admin. You see, we don't know the admin or the group of admin, as the case may be, but I am excited that our voices are being heard in the TBC community. The admin has been someone that responds, reasons to whatever things that is, that is meaningful, that is sensible, that is brought to the table. When I joined the Billion Coin community, a few months after that, the send buttons were put off, and we couldn't make any transactions anymore. And like we all know, that was because of bad attitude of some people that decided to discount their coins. A lot of things started in terms of restructuring and reorganization, which had become a necessity so that TBC would not be swept under the carpet. And thanks to the admin for taking that decision. It was a strong one. It was one that required a lot of determination, but they did it all the same. And that structure is an advantage because it means somebody like me could speak and it will get to the top. I don't need to address Bitcoin Randy. I just speak to my leader and they take it up and all it gets to Bitcoin Randy and eventually gets to admin. And they are responsive. They weigh, whatever you have to present, and they're ready to make adjustments if need be. And that is just what I want to say. Because look at it. Where else, which other crypto do you have such an organization where you can even talk to anybody? If you lose a coin or you're scammed of your coin, you can't talk to anybody. So I just give two practical examples. When the cookie rewards were launched, some of us that bought a sizable amount of TBC kringles, let's say, they were not TBC, nobody could buy TBC at that time. But the little kringles that we bought at that time were quite expensive because TBC were already very high in value. And then the cookie reward offered a coin for $100. And some of us felt it wasn't, fair on us because we invested much more than that. And we approached the leaders. At this moment, I need to give a shout out to Sandy Shilton. Especially, I have been a fan of many of the leaders, Downloads, Donkila, the Whitefish Lady, Danewa, and a lot of leaders here and there. But Sandy Shilton was very, very responsive to some of the messages we sent to her, which she took to up the ladder, and eventually admin came up with a retroactive cookie reward. And that was quite comforting because it meant whatever amount you bought, you're able to redeem a coin. And that was good. And that's the first example that someone in the corner of Nigeria could, push for something, and he got it. That's a wonderful community with a strong base, strong structure, and a listening set of leaders who are responsive to the impulse of the people in that community. The second one is still related to the cookie reward. Initially, it was announced a coin for every 100, and later it was announced, maximum of 5. A lot of people also made their voice heard, and through the ladder, it got to admin. And then they said, okay, we're going to investigate every transaction that is more than $500, and the TBC police will be in charge of that. I went through the investigation myself. It was polite, it was objective, it was detailed though, and eventually I was able to redeem my coins, and that satisfied me and gave me a confidence that yes, this is an organization that has a future. So my role here today is to tell you that you should join the TBC community. A lot of people may not see the prospects now, but I'd like you to have some faith. When Bitcoin came out, a lot of people didn't have faith too, but today Bitcoin has turned into something else. A lot of us wished we were in Bitcoin, but TBC is relatively new. As a matter of fact, with the cookie reward in place, it is new. You have the opportunity to receive your gift, and you have the opportunity to also become a TBC billionaire by at least getting a coin. Don't worry. Don't worry about exchange and all that. It's going to fall into place. Just wait until we are 10 million members. Then you see how these things will fall in place. Take a look at the time that on the kringles.cash website, when the Father Christmas is always greeting ho 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 ho, and some people were complaining, what do we do about this noise? They put a button there to mute it. That's responsiveness. And I want to thank TBC Admin for being responsive and helping each and every one of us in the community to grow. So this is what my testimonial is about today. But I will not miss this opportunity to tell you that while TBC is a wonderful and great gift, the greatest gift you can receive is the gift of God's Son, Jesus Christ. Anything at all that you have in this world cannot be valued with your soul. The Bible tells us in Mark chapter 8, verse 36, that what shall it profit a man if he should gain the whole world, gain the whole TBC, gain the whole Bitcoin, gain the whole buildings, the yachts, and all the luxury building and apartments and areas, whatever you want to think about. If you gain the whole world and lose your soul, it's not worth it. The greatest gift is the gift of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Jesus said in John 14, verse 6, said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one can come to the Father except by me. I just want you to receive the gift of Jesus so that you will have fun here on earth. And when you live for eternity, you will also have a wonderful time in eternity. There's eternity with God. There's eternity with the devil. The choices that you make here will determine where you go when you leave this world. So I present to you the greatest gift of all, Jesus, the Son of God. And while you are hearing his voice today, do not harden your heart. God bless you.